Most people think you need to be a Wall Street expert to build real wealth. They believe you need dozens of stocks, complex strategies, and hours of daily research. The truth is simpler and more powerful. 3 carefully chosen ETFs, consistent investing, and time can build $1 million portfolio that generates passive income for life. The wealthy know this secret, and they use it while everyone else chases hot stock tips that go nowhere. Welcome back to KB Bluetree, where we break down wealth building into actionable strategies anyone can use. Today we are revealing the exact 3 ETF portfolio that has helped countless investors reach 7 figures without needing a finance degree or spending hours managing their money. We are talking about a set-it-and-forget-it strategy that works whether the market is up or down. By the end of this video, you will have a complete blueprint for building generational wealth. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content that puts financial freedom within your reach. Here is the harsh reality about traditional retirement planning. You are told to save 10% of your income, put it in your company 401k, and hope it grows enough by age 65. The problem is that most people following this advice end up with maybe $300,000 after 40 years of work. That sounds like a lot until you realize it needs to last 25 or 30 years of retirement. You are looking at roughly $12,000 per year to live on, and that is before taxes and healthcare costs eat into it. The system keeps you confused on purpose. Mutual funds with high fees, complex investment products you do not understand, and financial advisors who profit from your confusion. You pay 1 to 2% in management fees every year, which sounds small, but compounds to hundreds of thousands in lost wealth over decades. Meanwhile, your advisor is getting rich off your portfolio while you are stuck hoping you saved enough to retire with dignity. Most people have no idea how much they actually need to retire comfortably. They guess, they hope, they cross their fingers and keep working. The math is brutal when you actually calculate it. If you need $60,000 per year to live on and Social Security only covers $20,000, you need your portfolio to generate $40,000 annually. Using the 4% rule, that means you need $1 million invested just to cover basic expenses. For most Americans, that target feels impossible because nobody showed them the simple path to get there. The fear of investing keeps people paralyzed. They hear stories about market crashes, people losing everything, and they convince themselves that keeping money in a savings account is safer. Meanwhile, inflation is eating away at their purchasing power every single year. That $50,000 sitting in your savings account loses 3 to 5% of its value annually just from inflation. You are not protecting your money. You are watching it slowly disappear while feeling like you are being responsible. The real tragedy is watching people work into their 70s because they have no other choice. They did everything right according to conventional wisdom, but conventional wisdom was designed to keep you working, not set you free. You cannot budget your way to wealth when your income barely covers expenses. You cannot save your way there when inflation outpaces your savings rate. You need a different strategy, one that leverages the power of compound growth and requires minimal effort once it is set up. Solutions. Building $1 million portfolio comes down to 3 ETFs that cover the entire investable market. This is the framework that simplified investing and made wealth accessible to anyone willing to commit. First, you need a total U.S. stock market fund for domestic growth. Second, you need international exposure to capture global opportunities. Third, you need bonds for stability as you approach your goal. This 3-fund portfolio has outperformed most actively managed funds while charging a fraction of the fees. Let us start with VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. This single fund gives you ownership in over 3,500 U.S. companies from mega caps like Apple to small growing businesses. The expense ratio is just 0.03%, meaning you keep almost all your returns. VTI has averaged around 10% annual returns over the long term. When you are young and building wealth, this should be 70% of your portfolio because you can handle the volatility and you need the growth. Next is VXUS, the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. This fund covers over 7,000 companies outside the United States, including developed markets like Europe and Japan, plus emerging markets like China and India. The expense ratio sits at 0.07%, still incredibly low. International stocks do not always move in sync with U.S. markets, which means when one is down, the other might be up. This diversification smooths out your returns and captures growth happening around the world. Allocate 20% here when you are in accumulation mode. The third piece is BND, the Vanguard Total Bond Market ETF. Bonds are boring, and boring is exactly what you need for the stability portion of your portfolio. BND holds over 10,000 government and corporate bonds with an expense ratio of just 0.03%. Bonds do not grow as fast as stocks, but they provide steady income and protect your portfolio when stocks crash. Start with 10% in bonds when you are young, then gradually increase as you get closer to needing the money. For those who wants to implement AI to amplify your workflow and advance your career, watch this video, the Augmentation Masterclass. Human plus AI equals career advantage. Now available on Gumroad and Payhip. Links in the description. You will love these videos. Here is how the math works to reach $1 million. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25 and average 9% returns, you hit $1 million by age 58. Start at 30 and you need to invest $750 monthly. Start at 35 and it jumps to $1,200 monthly. Time is your biggest advantage, and every year you delay costs you exponentially more. The key is starting now with whatever amount you can afford, then increasing contributions as your income grows. You can implement this with just 5 hours per week of focused effort. Hour 1. Open a brokerage account with Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab and fund it with your first investment. Hour 2. Set up automatic monthly investments so you are buying shares without thinking about it. Hour 3. Adjust your allocation annually based on your age and risk tolerance. Hours 4 and 5. Increase your income through side projects or career advancement so you can invest more. This is not complicated, but it does require discipline and consistency over years. The secret is dollar cost averaging and never stopping. When the market crashes and everyone panics, you keep buying. Those are the moments when you are getting shares on sale. When the market is soaring and everyone feels like a genius, you keep buying at the same pace. Emotions are the enemy of wealth building. Your portfolio does not care about how you feel. It only responds to consistent contributions and time in the market. Success story. Meet John, a 29-year-old teacher who was tired of hearing he chose the wrong career for building wealth. He was making $48,000 per year, hardly the income people associate with becoming a millionaire. John started his 3 ETF portfolio with just $300 per month. Money he freed up by driving an older car and living with a roommate longer than his friends did. He split his contributions 70% VTI, 20% VXUS, and 10% BND. If you want to learn about starting your solo business, watch this video, The Digital Freedom Blueprint. Scale your solo business to $10,000 a month. This video will walk you through every step from launching to scaling. Now available on Gumroad and Payhip, links in the description. 8 years later, John has built a portfolio worth over $42,000 that continues to grow. But here is where it gets interesting. Seeing his investments grow motivated John to increase his income. He started tutoring on weekends, created an online course for other teachers, and eventually increased his contributions to $800 per month. At his current pace, John will have over $1.2 million by age 55, and he will be able to retire from teaching, knowing he built financial security that most people never achieve. John did not win the lottery or inherit money. He followed a simple system and stuck with it through market ups and downs. Call to action. Your $1 million portfolio starts with a decision you make this week. Calculate how much you need to invest monthly to reach your goal. If you are 25, that is $500 per month. If you are 35, that is $1,200 per month. If you are 45, that is $2,800 per month. These numbers might seem impossible right now, but remember that your income will grow over time and your contributions can increase with it. The key is starting today with whatever amount you can afford. Open a brokerage account and buy your first shares of VTI, VXUS, and BND this week. Set up automatic investments so you are buying more shares every single month without thinking about it. Commit to never checking your account during market crashes because those are buying opportunities, not reasons to panic. Review your allocation once per year and rebalance if needed, but otherwise, leave it alone. and let compound growth work its magic. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more strategies that simplify wealth building and put financial freedom within reach. If you are interested in learning more about smart investing strategies and building wealth through proven methods, check out KB Bluetree Finance and Future for more insightful ways to grow your money. We break down complex financial concepts into actionable steps you can implement immediately. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make today. Let us build wealth together.